Hey guys, welcome back to the Psalms to God YouTube channel. This is Ree, and I wanted to stop in and give you guys a look at the entries I did in my daily devotion journal for the month of October. I studied 4 different women: Achsah, Bilhah, Keturah, and Potiphar's wife. They are all from the Old Testament, and they are, I guess, lesser known. Some of them you may know, you may recognize certain names, but it was definitely interesting to stop and focus in on the women that we don't talk about nearly as much and just spend time thinking about how their stories relate to the overall message of the Bible, how they relate to us and our day to day life, the good things that we can learn from them, the what we can learn not to do in the case of Potiphar's wife, and just kind of reflecting on parts of stories that we typically just overlook or pass by, like Keturah, who was Abraham's wife after the death of Sarah. So it was definitely a good study. And in the month of November, I am going to continue the trend of studying women from the Old Testament. Some of these names will be a little more familiar to you, like Ruth. I'm also going to be studying Miriam, and I will be studying Noah's wife, Orpah, who is actually Ruth's sister in law. And then I'll be studying Cozbi, who's probably the least known person of this list. But I am excited to see what November holds. In the month of October, I did a fall theme. So it was nice and cozy: gourds, pumpkins, the things that you get out of your garden in the month of October, books, things like that, just kind of cozy fall vibes. And in November, we still, I guess, will feel a little fallish because we're doing the color orange, which is definitely a fall color. But because I didn't want to have fall back to back, I did this tiger print in the month of November. A lot of it was that I couldn't figure out what kind of lettering style to do. Some of it may have been because the school that I attended's primary color is orange and their mascot is a tiger. And so it just made sense in my head. I'm not really sure, but somewhere between me drawing out these bubble letters, the idea of putting in tiger stripes came, and I just went with it. So the month is themed after the color orange. I will be continuing to use the Rongrong Rainbow Girls sticker set. Um, and of course, I'll be using the orange pages to decorate this month. Um, the setup is pretty much the same as all of the other months. If you are new, um, then this will be new to you. If you are not, then just enjoy the the usual. But I set it up with a section for gratitude where I write out something I'm grateful for every day, a section to write out prayers where I just write out the things that I'm praying for over the month. A lot of times it's prayer requests for other people, but sometimes they're prayer requests for me. And then I will put a section for testimonies where I can write out anything that stands out to me that God has done for me over the course of the month. Now, I will say that because I show my journal on the channel and I don't blur out things, mainly because I don't really know how do people do that. I'm still looking into it. But also, because I don't do that, I don't typically go into detail for my prayer requests in my journal. I just write something that I understand so that when I go back and try to pray for that person, I'm aware of it, but also that I'm not putting their name and personal business out on the interwebs for everyone to see. But in general, you can put as much detail or as little detail as you want. It really depends on, your style. I have some interesting ideas for 2006, 2006, 2026, about what I want to do with the prayer section. And it may look a little different. How I share the next month may look a little different. I will tell you that I've already decided on the theme for 2026 and written out the study. I am so far ahead of schedule, which is crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, but if you want to study along, I have posted it to my blog, www.psalmstogod.com, and I will be studying the Gospels in 2026. I will make a video about that specifically, but I'm working through stuff to make it easier for me as well as easier to share the content. Um, yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. But anyway, this was my setup for November. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye.